Okay, P90Xers, it is day 8, or as I call it, week 2, day 1. I'm going to confuse everybody by numbering it different, so we will see how confused everyone gets. I had a couple questions about protein, and I have how much protein and what kind of protein. Not questions, but comments from some of you veterans out there. And like I said 100 times before, I've lost a bunch of weight on a high protein diet. And there's just been some inconsistency, so I looked up and did some stuff, and I found a blog out here that looked like it had pretty good stuff in it, and it's called P90X blog, my P90X story. Doesn't really say who he is, but I don't know. We'll figure it out in a second, I guess. If this is your blog, let me know. I like it. It's great. It's great technical data. I'm a geek, and I need to know data, and I need to know numbers. So here's what we got. Okay, reading along, we started talking about one misconception, or at least that I've heard so far, is everybody saying a pound of weight or a pound of lean mass per gram of protein. It looks like it's per kilogram. It says right here, this person with lots of stuff behind their name, Carmen, blah, 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 U.S. Nutrition on Aging, says the average individual, 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. For you people, that's 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms, or your body weight divided by 2.2 also gives you kilos. So for example, if let's do this, if I was 248 divided by 2.2 is 112, and just to make you guys the math work out right, 248 times 0.454, again, it's 112. So I'm 112 kilos, which is pretty good amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 112 and we're going to use that for some formulas here. Long story short is this. Let's go to a highlighting type of thing. There's a couple things we need to know. For those of us that are active, okay, 4 to 8 hours of exercise a week, I would certainly think that P90X falls into that. We want 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So 112 times 1.2 gives me 134 per kilogram for an active lifestyle. However, the College of Sports and Medicine, let's go with the green. College of Sports and Medicine talks about 1.6 to 1.7 grams per kilo. Okay, on the high end, 1.7 times 112, that gives me 190. So for a good middle of the road type of thing, I'm going to start shooting for 160 maybe, because that gives me 112 kilograms, which is my current body weight. And I don't really know my lean body mass. I'm sure it's not anywhere near that. But sorry, y'all aren't boring. I'm just tired. I work out at 4:30 in the morning. So long story short is I think my answer is going to be around 100 or 190. Now that's not the actual answer. The answer is how does my body react to it, and do I lose weight? And one of the guys who recently made a comment and says, you only need that much if you're going to bodybuild. Well, I don't know that I'm not. And here's the deal. What I think I'm going to do is I've lost so much weight that I'm starting to find a little bit of muscle way down underneath all that fat. It scared me to death the other day when I pulled my shirt off. And it's kind of nice. So what I think I'm going to do is divide this up into 3 phases, P90X being, of course, phase 2 of my life. The first phase was the massive weight loss to get to a point where I can work out. I think I want to up the protein a little bit, work out really hard, and try and train these muscles, even though I may not lose the weight I want to. But I would like to get stronger and more flexible, and I think this is the vehicle to do that with. And then we go back into post P90X, and I know there's other workout programs that P90X has I haven't looked at. There's also some running programs, and I need to get back into shape that way and get a better cardiovascular shape. And once P90X is over, I will change my diet once again, because I will be stronger and healthier and be able to do more cardio and see if I can drop the rest of my weight at that point. Now, who knows if that's going to work? I'll change my mind a million times, but that's kind of what I'm leaning toward now. And it looks like that the science is heading that way also. So that's what we've got so far. Let's look at the charts. Okay, today was day 8. So we're going to click on day 8 in our chart here. And day 8 showed us, let's get a little pen thing going over here. We were week 2. Now week 2, I looked at last week's and I did 12. And so I started out doing 12. And last week I did 20 on the bands. And I did 20 on the bands also. But without drawing this out to a long dramatic thing, in round 2, you will see that I went from 12 to 15 on the exercises, and I went to 25 on the bands. I'm starting to learn the exercises, I'm starting to keep the form, and I'm starting to get stronger, which is scary enough in itself. Still not doing the decline push-ups. I don't believe since I'm doing knee push-ups to start with, I think I'm just going to do very good form, get it up to a number where my chest and back can get some exercise into them. And then hopefully in the next couple of weeks get into a decline push-up where I'm doing regular standard push-ups instead of knee push-ups. And at that point I will be able to put my feet up on the chair and get going there. Long story short here is when we went to, let's see what we got over here. Don't know how to run this thing. But when we got into the diamond push-ups, I still only did 5, although I did do better. I only did 5. I take that back. I did 12. I'm like, I did more than that. I did 12. And in the lawnmowers, I picked a weight that was too light and I needed to level up. The dive bombers kick my ass every time. It's a lot of weight to push, but we're getting there. And the back flies, believe it or not, that's one of my stronger exercises, so we're in good shape there. Then we got to the old ab ripper. Ab ripper was ab ripper, but the great part here is, oh, I didn't mean to go there. 145. My reps have been steadily going up. I am not anywhere near dude in the background, the dancer guy that holds his hands up and looks like he has 1% body fat. But I am starting to pull it up. I'm starting to get some bicycles and some in and outs and a few crunchy frogs going. And I'm going farther and deeper into the routine each time. So at 3 times a week, I'm hoping that we'll get that number on up and it'll show a nice positive trend for me. Well, anyway, YouTube tells me I only got 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut her short here. I'm running a long time, but I do appreciate the comments. I do appreciate the encouragement. It's been a long time since I felt good about myself and about my body. I personally at one point want to thank Tony and the P90X Beachbody people for it, because it's really making me do something every day and getting me into a habit. And as far as I do, that's when I do my best. So tomorrow looks like we got a little plyometrics heading our way, and ought to be interesting. So I'll talk to you guys then. See you then.